Yeah. Blackjack. Life is like a game of cards. It's not what you dealt, but how you play it. Yeah. Blackjack. To play each situation correctly. I remember they used to laugh at a brother.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It's your boy DELRAY, Richardson, platinum artist, platinum songwriter, Straight Game TV. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time. Hit the thumbs up button. It's very much appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And if you want to be one of the first people notified when I drop some of this straight game, please hit the bell notification and so that you can receive an alert when I drop some of this straight game. I'm going to get right into it. This question comes from a young lady from Encino, California. And the question is do you think that there is any correlation between the fact that Faith Evans allegedly cheated on Stevie J with someone else, according to Stevie J in the video that he put out, in the situation dealing with Faith Evans cheating on Biggie at the time and dealing with Tupac? In the story that I told, because I was there when Tupac first met Faith on that night in October of 1995, and I would absolutely positively say yes about that. And the reason why I would say yes is when you delve into it, you know, the closeness of friends once again, right? So Biggie and Stevie J were friends, right? And Tupac and Biggie were friends, right? And so that I wouldn't even say 6 degrees of separation. I would just say too close for comfort. I mean, and there's a lot of guys out here, you know, Faith is a very attractive young lady. And it's a lot of guys out here, but for some odd reason, you know, when it comes to her situation, she likes to choose them close to the vest, if you will, or close to the crew. You know what I mean? Like I said, her knowing that Biggie and Tupac had a relationship and you know, falling for Tupac, as well as Tupac falling for her, it goes both ways. And knowing that Stevie J was one of the prominent producers on Life After Death, and her actually not only falling for him but marrying him. You know, I think that's kind of those two situations are definitely you know, on the same wavelength, if you will. You're not identical, but on the same wavelength. And what I find interesting about that is that dealing with the Stevie J, when he put out the video, he was recording Faith and you know, basically I guess trying to expose her, you know, for allegedly cheating on him and doing other things and so on and so forth. And Faith was adamant that, you know, that she hated him and she wanted him out the house and so on and so forth. And then Stevie J went into calling her a bunch of B words and other disrespectful things. And so I go back to the situation with Tupac in the hotel room, in which Faith described in her book, right? But the difference is I know Tupac wouldn't have to do that. And the only reason, and I think this is so ironic, because we see in real time that somebody did that to her, right? And all of a sudden, Stevie J then puts out a retraction, if you will, or some kind of letter through a publicist or something like that, in regards to retracting and saying, oh no, you know, she didn't cheat on me, I'm sorry for disrespecting her, and so on and so on and so forth, right? So this thing actually happened. The same thing that she said that Tupac did to her in the hotel room actually happened in real time. And we saw the video with her in the video, Stevie J saying all of the disrespectful things that he had said at that particular time, her responding in kind to how she felt about the situation, right? Now, this is the same thing that she said happened with Tupac, right? But now, what I find ironic about it is that now they want us to believe that everything that just happened and we saw in the video, we didn't actually see. Not only that, they want us to believe that now that that somebody stole the laptop or the cell phone and actually presented this video of them, and it was never supposed to be released. You see what I'm saying? So now, flip it to the Tupac situation. Tupac was no longer here when the story was being told in regards to what he had did. Thank God, I was there, and I was there that night when they met, like I said, and me and Tupac had talked about the situation after that, right? And so I was able to basically lend some truth to the fact that what she was saying in her book wasn't true. But see, now we see that what happened with her and Stevie J was actually true. And now that situation has to be recanted or an apology given, right? And rightfully so, their business and so on and so forth for that. But when you put your information out for public consumption, or better yet, for publicity, or for whatever, people are trying to do and so on and so forth, you can only expect people are going to respond, comment, chime in, tabloids, social media, and so on and so forth in regards to what they just saw. So that's the thing that I think most people are not paying attention to. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, it definitely does lend credibility as to Faith Evans' character. And like I said, the thing that she said that Tupac had did, Stevie J actually did do in that form of, calling her B words and so on and so forth. But then in turn, Stevie J then had to apologize because that's his wife, rightfully so, and do what you want to do. But like I say, he had to apologize. But Tupac, on the other hand, didn't apologize, right? For whatever reason, he felt like he didn't need to apologize. When he wrote "Hit 'Em Up" and so on and so forth. So yeah, I think that's really, really interesting that would go down like that. And like I said, once again, when you put your story or your business out for public consumption, and so on and so forth, you can only expect people to chime in with it. The other thing that I find so interesting is like I said, it wasn't even 6 degrees of separation. Once again, Biggie and Tupac was close, and Biggie and Stevie J was close. You know what I mean? So it's like, out of all of the men, that Faith could possibly deal with, she liked people that were close to Biggie, if you will. And from what I understand, that wasn't the only person that she had dated that was in that circle in regards to, the in the music industry close to that circle. Like I said, once again, she can date who she want to date. But like I said, when you put your information out there in books, on social media, and you got people that want their information or who don't care or like the publicity that the information garners, people are going to chime in. So yeah, I do think that it was quite interesting that that what she said that Tupac did, Stevie J actually did, and we saw the video actually in real time. And not only that, but at one time Faith had said that her and Stevie J was close and so on and so forth, and that Stevie J had gave her loaned her some money or $50,000-$60,000 or something like that, something in that realm. I don't know the exact amount, and I find it interesting now that he's filed for divorce. He now wants spousal support. So I guess he wants his money back now. I find all of these things interesting. Yeah, and a lot of people wanted to say, I don't like to judge her character per se as to who she fell for, who she fell in love with. We all have our things, but like I said, once again, there's certain levels to this, and her being a celebrity and somebody who's constantly in the public eye for her talents, and she is very talented, for her talents, you would think that she would move better than that, you know what I mean, and choose better than that. Like I said, the time that she was locked up, for the drugs or whatever. Just moving better than that, and that's not passing judgment, because we all have our shortcomings, you know what I mean, and so, but yeah, I just find it interesting, man, that how things come out and they come to fruition, if you will. Like I said, Tupac wasn't here when she made the statements in her book and so on and so forth. And now all of a sudden we see this tape surface with Stevie J in their bedroom actually recording her as to her having some type of a relationship with another man, and then after that coming out basically and say, oh no, she didn't cheat on me, and so on and so forth. But yet they still go through with the divorce, which is rightfully so their business. But I just find that interesting. And like I said, I know if Tupac could he could chime in on this particular time, I know he would probably have something interesting to say. You know what I mean? I don't know what he would say, but he definitely would have something interesting to say in regards to the situation. So yeah, to the sister from Encino, California, yeah, I really do think it points to what I had said and the story that I told. If you didn't see that, it's on my channel as well as on the Art of Dialogue channel. And in regards to the the truth about Faith Evans and Tupac, the night that they met, what Tupac had explained to me afterwards when we seen each other, because I had asked him about it, and so on and so forth. So I think that this situation with Stevie J and Faith actually reveals a lot as to her character from what Stevie J had put out. Not what I'm saying, because I'm not saying anything. I'm going by the video in her book, the story that she told about Tupac, and the video that Stevie J put out, how close in resemblance they are in the situations that she explained and that Stevie J had put out in the video, how close in resemblance they are. So yeah, I find it interesting. But yeah, and now Tupac gone, you know what I mean, and here we have this situation again. A friend of Biggie's on the producer side, and a friend of Biggie's on the artist side, and involved with Faith Evans. So yeah, find it interesting. But yeah, it's definitely similar, and it definitely lends credibility as to her character and when she told the lies on Tupac that she told in her book. You know what I mean? And so yeah, your boy DELRAY, straight gang.